What's up, guys? It's Silver Seeker, and in front of us, guys, we have a coin mystery pack from eBay, and I'm excited to get this open. I'm going to open this up. Now, inside of this package, there's supposed to be $50 or so worth of coins. I paid $40 for it, but I did have to pay shipping, so it ended up costing me $44 and change. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to call it $45. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys, and see if we actually got what was advertised. Now, at first glance, like, there's a little bit of weight to it. Like, I'm not sure what's in here, but there's definitely some weight to the package. So that's a little exciting. I'm not sure why or what's in there. But let's go ahead and get this open, guys, and see what we have. All right, let's cut this open. Alrighty, guys. So we got it open, and I don't know actually what's inside yet. This feels like maybe an invoice. Okay. All right, it's just basically a thank you note. It says, thank you for ordering this U.S. coin grab bag. Inside this envelope are coins that are worth more than $50 if you were to buy them from a coin shop. If you are unhappy with your coins, please contact us first before leaving any feedback, as we would like to help you be a pleased customer. Okay, well, we will see. So it looks like we have a paper envelope. Let's see what else is in here. Okay, so it looks like an old Whitman folder. It looks like an older folder. It's in good shape, though. It feels like there's... Okay. Buffalo Bills Wild West. Buffalo nickel and U.S. postage stamp collections. Okay. And it feels like another... Oh, it's a really old folder. And, oh, there's something else in there, because I felt the weight. So we have a Jefferson nickel folder, we have a Lincoln cent folder, and we'll see what's actually inside those. That's where that weight comes from. And then, what is this? And that is it for what's inside the package. Let's see, if necessary, rotate dollar by grasping the capsule. So it's basically an instruction card. I think I've seen these before. I think these are like first aid covers. We're going to gently slice into this here. I don't want to damage it. But let's go ahead and see what we have. And what we'll do, guys, is we'll put up values of what we have in here on the screen, and we'll just kind of compare versus what we expect, or what the value expected in this packaging is supposed to be. So let's go ahead and get this open. Okay. So get the plastic off of here and flip it over. So it is a United States Mint official American president $1 coin cover series. So yeah, basically it looks like a first day cover type thing. That's kind of cool. So I didn't expect that. I mean, honestly, they're just modern presidential dollars, but it is kind of cool that it's in the packaging like that. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this is worth. I'll look it up, and we'll put the official number up on the screen. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to say $4, because probably twice face value. So you got 2 and 4, and we'll see if that's worth more. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let's see. Well, before we open up the folders, because I'm kind of excited about the folders, we have some coins you can feel like there's at least 1 or 2 coins in here. It feels like they're in like flips or something. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. So Buffalo Bills Wild West, Buffalo Nickel and U.S. Postage Stamps Collection. And it has a certificate of authenticity. This guarantees that your collection contains a genuine Buffalo Nickel minted in the U.S. from 1913 to 1938. It also includes 2 official USPS postage stamps issued in 1988 and 1989. Okay. All right, so, I mean, it's a COA from the Morgan Mint. And what we have here, so we do have a Buffalo Nickel. It is dated, but that has definitely been polished. Like, there's no question in my mind that's been polished. Now, I don't know anything about stamps, and I don't know anything about this little set right here, but I know I generally kind of, avoid, like, these stamp and coin collections, because usually the stamps aren't worth anything. That being said, these are uncanceled, so it's 43 cents in stamps. I'd put a value on the Buffalo Nickel at $1, since it does have a date. So we're going to call this little collection here $1.50. So we'll add that over here. So we had $4 and $1.50. And again, this could be more. We'll put the official number on the screen. So if that number shows differently than what I'm saying, then that's why. All right, so it looks like, all right, so it's a big envelope. And there's definitely multiple coins inside. All right, let's pull these out one at a time for fun, because I don't know what we got. So it could be kind of fun, kind of like a treasure hunt. All right, so first up. Oh, okay. So it's a hard plastic shell, and it looks like it's a 1940p Mercury. So we got a 1940p Mercury, guys. It does look to be circulated. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of wear to it, probably like an AU. We'll actually have to put this under the scope or get a loop to be for sure. But this looks like an AU to me. I don't want to take it out of the plastic yet, but it does look to be about an AU or about uncirculated. An AU Mercury dime from 1940 is not worth much. We're going to call that $2. So far we have 4, 6, 750. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. All right, so a 1956 proof nickel. It is just a nickel, but it is a proof nickel. Looks to be in pretty decent shape. I do like the fact that it's a proof. 1956 proof sets are not very expensive. You can get the whole set for $25. I imagine the nickel, being that it's not even silver that year, is probably one of the lower value coins in the set. So I'm going to go with another $2 bill here. So that's, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 50. Okay. Okay, next up we got a 1998 S mint proof. Okay. Well, it is an S, so it's definitely a proof. You can see it has the proof finish. It's a 98S. I mean, 90s proof sets are a dime a dozen. You could crack this out of a proof set all day for, $1. So we're going to call this $1. So $1. That's where we are so far. Okay. Next up, we have, all right, 1944D Brilliant Uncirculated Wheat Cent. All right, so I'm going to give them credit that this is actually a nice looking coin, and the reverse looks just as nice. It's got good luster to it. It's a nice red. I mean, this is absolutely a Brilliant Uncirculated, so the grade that they have on this card here is not wrong. 1944D Brilliant Uncirculated. Very nice. I will give them credit for that one. That's, I mean, it's still only going to be like $1 or $2. As nice as it is, I'll be generous and call that a $2 coin. It's still a 44D. It's still just a Wheatie. So up now, I think I'm kind of lost count, but I think we're at around $13. And there's only one coin left in here. All right. All right, we have a 1943 D steel cent. 1943 deal cent. We have a 1943 D steel cent. All right. It doesn't appear to be rezinked, but it's certainly not uncirculated. Maybe it's been rezinked. Let me take a look under the loop. I take that back, guys. To me, this looks like it's been rezinked. When I look at it under the loop, it just looked like it's been rezinked. So that's a 50-cent coin. Once these things have been rezinked like that, I mean, even uncirculated BUs don't go for a whole lot of money, but once you get them rezinked, that's a 50-cent coin. So I think, again, so far we're at about $13. So based on what we have here, unless this is worth more than the 4, which, I don't know. Based on what I'm seeing here, these books better have some good stuff. But there's some good weight in here. So maybe it's a complete collection. Hopefully the silvers are in here at least. The 50D would be nice. It'd be really nice if there was a 50D in here. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing open. And, all right, well, it's certainly not complete. You have the 39, the 40, the 41, the 41D, and the 42. Those are all common. We do have the 42S and the 43S, so we do have 2 war nickels. So that's $1, $2, and then I'm going to call these nickels, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents. Too bad it's not like the 39D or the 39S. That would be pretty awesome. Okay. Next, okay, we have another war nickel. I don't see a 50D. So that's another $1. So we have 1, 2, 3. We'll go ahead and call this 50 cents. So $3.50. We have a 46, a 47, 49. It looks like a 48. Oh, 48. I was about to say it's a 48 in the 49 slot. It is a 48 slot. So a 48D. So we do have the 48D. Okay. We have the 49P, we have the 51, and the 51D. So, our 52D. So nothing super spectacular. We have the 52S, the 54, the 54D, the 55D, 56, 7, 57D. So basically, so no 55P. I mean, none of the really big key dates in here. Basically, what we have in this book, guys, especially with them being circulated like this is all stuff you can find coin roll hunting very, very easily. All we really have here, in my opinion, is 3 war nickels. So that's $1, $2, $3. And then that's $3.25, $3.40, $50, $3.60, $3.70, $3.80, $3.94. You got about $4.25. So, guys, I think at this point we're sitting at around $18, maybe $19. We do have the Lincoln Cent book. It's 1909 through 1940. Let's see what we have in here. So this is definitely an older folder. This is obviously a little bit newer one. Before we open it up, I think they put the dates in these. Yeah, this one is 1967. So I'm guessing this one's a little bit newer of a folder here, but let's get this open. This looks like a newer design to me. Okay, so we do have an 11, and guys, there's definitely an S mint mark on that. So I'm okay with an 11S. I mean, it is heavily circulated. Guys, in that condition, just want to be very gentle with it. We're going to get it close. So 1911S, guys, in that condition, not going to be worth a whole lot. You can see it's almost completely flat. In fact, you have the rim touching E pluribus unum at the top. You got pitting. This may have even been a coin, or not a coin roll hunting. This may have been a metal detecting find. Just looking at the pitting. If you look at the reverse on the bottom, see that pitting there? All right, so it is an 11S, but it's not something we're really excited about. 1912, 15, 17, 17S, not really, nothing. 18. We got the 19 through 20D, 20S. So those are all common dates. So, yeah, 27, 28S. Do we have a 31S? No. So no 31S. So that's unfortunate. You got the 30D, 34, 5, 7, 9. I mean, these are all brown cents, all heavily circulated, especially the 11S. There's really nothing special here. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to call the 11S a $10 coin because it is an 11S, and that is definitely a better date. Unfortunately, you add the 11S at what I'm going to value it to be at $10 just based on that condition. You add it to the rest of the stuff, and yeah, there's really nothing special to speak of. So you have the 11S, which that's cool. That's cool. I mean, 11S, definitely a good coin, just in that shape, especially on the back with the pitting. $10, maybe if you're lucky. I'd say you probably get somewhere in the $7 to $8 range for that just because of the condition. But it's still, like I said, an 11S. So we'll take it as a win. I think all that together, even if you add the 11S and then you add all these other wheat cents up, unfortunately, I don't think we get close to the $50 mark. So unless they were thinking that 11S was worth, $20 or $30, which if it were in a little bit better condition, it would be, they definitely are incorrect on their evaluation of what they sent me. Okay, guys, so after recording the video, I spent about 10 minutes just double-checking everything, and I was pretty much right on most of it. A couple of things that I was wrong on. First off, this 1940, I called it a $2 coin in the video. Looking at the gray sheet, it's really more of a $3 coin at the grade. I definitely agree with it being an AU after taking a look at it under the loop. Now, this James Polk first day issue set, I looked these up on eBay. On eBay, you can find these for about $5. I did see one that sold for $13, which was odd because the majority of them sold in the $5 range. So that's what we have on that. This right here, I mean, I was correct on that. It's just a clean Buffalo. We know about those. This stuff I was really accurate on. The 44D, I may have been a little bit generous. You can really get these for around $1. I put $2 on it, but it's really nice. And probably, as far as condition is concerned, outside of these, the nicest coins in the set. So the nickel book, I mean, it was pretty clean cut. It was just some more nickels and some circulated nickels that you can find, out in the wild doing coin roll hunting. The only thing that was really up in the air outside of that is in the Lincoln Cent book. We have the 11S. So I looked at the 11S under a loop. I pull up the gray sheet. So a gray sheet for G4 is $30. This is below a G4 on the reverse. E pluribus unum is actually blending in with the rim. At that point, it's really just an AG. Additionally, that was definitely pitting at the bottom. I looked at that under a loop as well. So it does appear to me that this has some sort of environmental damage on top of the fact that it is heavily circulated. But it is an 11S. So my $10 valuation on the 11S stands. The rest of these guys, 4 cents a piece. I just added it up to be, around $1.25. Somewhere in there. So all in all, around $30 in coins at my valuation. The only thing that could have got this to $50 is if they graded this at a G4 and called that a $30 coin. So if that were a $30 coin, we were exactly at $50, but I disagree with the grade of that 11S very, very much. That is definitely not a $30 coin just because of that condition. Other than that, guys, it was a lot of fun. I don't feel like I got my value back. However, it was very fun, and I'm glad I did this, and to be honest with you, I'm probably going to do it again. So I hope that you join me on the next one, guys. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe. It does definitely help me out. And if you want to see more like this and see some of the other videos on my channel, I'll link a few down below in the description. You can actually see some of the other unboxings I've done in the past, including one where I actually ordered a fake silver bar. I knew it was fake when I ordered it. A fake silver bar off of wish.com, so we could go through the testing process with that. Anyway, guys, that is it. Thanks again for joining, and we will see you in the next one. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for watching the video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Above me, you can click and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Up here, you can check out some of my other videos. And then over here, guys, there's a huge shout out to all of my silver, gold, and platinum channel members. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.